Hey, what's up, you guys? And this is J.R. Taylor, and welcome back to another episode of What Pafoooorm Unleash Light. And here we are talking about everything that we need to talk about because today. Today this is what I want you to do. I want you to go ahead, if you are new to the channel, to go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and make sure you tell a friend that we are over here doing all the things. And on today's episode, we are talking about the reaction of the recap of all the things AMAs 2025 that just took place today, or yesterday, I should say, in Las Vegas, Nevada. So, what are we waiting for? Let's just jump right into it and let's just talk about it. So, the AMA took place yesterday on Memorial Day in Las Vegas, Nevada. So, I would like to just say that I think that's already the wrong situation. You know what I mean? Listen, what is going on with these award shows, y'all? Let's just really just hop into it fast. So, these award shows are, it's like, and I don't want to be that person who talk about the good old days, or the person like, when I was growing up and when I was younger, and because I just don't want to be that person. I really, really, really don't. However, let's really dissect and talk about what do you think is going on with award shows in general overall. Because if you really think about it, there hasn't been a really amazing award show in a long time. I want to say the most consistent award show that's been going on is the Grammys. It's hit or miss, but it's never just a complete failure. You know what I mean? So, first of all, I remember the American Music Awards used to be in November, and even before that, it used to be just a different time of the year. To have it on Memorial Day, I feel like it's just already wrong. You're wrong. It's on Memorial Day. Why is it on a holiday? That's first. Second, the marketing behind it, it just wasn't. People didn't even know it was on. People did not really know it was on like that. Yes, they took a 2-year hiatus. However, I just feel like a lot of people didn't even know it was going on. Secondly, it's in Las Vegas. Why? It didn't feel like the American Music Awards. Like, I just remember growing up, and here I am being that person, but it is what it is. Growing up, looking at the American Music Awards, and just the feeling. First of all, it was so many stars there. So many stars. The American Music Awards was one of those award shows that everybody went to. The award was coveted. It was this award was this award you wanted as an artist. Now it's just like people are not even showing up. Like the celebrities are not showing up. The artists are not showing up. They're phoning in their speeches, or they just not showing up at all. Overall, quick recap before we dive into it. Overall, I would give the show honestly, a D. I just would. And there's no one who was on there in particular reason why it was so low. It's just as a whole, as an award show. I'll talk about the great moments. However, as the overall the award show, I have to give it a D. Nobody showed up. The red carpet was non-existent. It just, where were the artists? Even when they showed the artists, you shouldn't even show the audience, because the people you were showing in the audience, it just didn't feel like everyone was having a good time. It just didn't feel like an award show. It just really did not. But let's just hop into it. And with every award show, we start with the red carpet and the fashions. So let's get to the red carpet at the AMAs 2025. Like I said, it took place in Las Vegas at the Fontainebleau Hotel. They had a red carpet out there. They had, they said that some fans that went, first they were hired to be there, right? They were going to get paid $100 to be, in the crowd, screaming for the people who was coming down the red carpet. And then they said, oh, we're not going to pay you $100. In fact, we're just going to give you 2 tickets to go inside to see the show. And people was like, okay, cool, whatever. But they said that it was a barricade between them and the press line, and then it was the red carpet. So they weren't even really close enough to give what they were hired to give in the first place. So I just feel like this whole award show had a lot of misses, okay? And we're gonna start with the red carpet, and the red carpet was a miss, yeah. But let's talk about some of the people that were on the red carpet. And when I say some of the people, it was very few. It was very influencer based, very influencer heavy. It was a lot of people who walked the red carpet that a lot of people did not know. It just, a lot of people didn't know who they were. And no disrespect to the people, it's just, it just wasn't the Webbies or the streaming awards or the influencer awards. This was the American music. Okay? Keyword is music. American Music Award. Where was the musicians on the red carpet? People don't tune into the American Music Awards to see influencers. People who, influencers and streamers are very important. And it is a very, I'm glad that a lot of us are getting a lot of notoriety and being invited to these spaces and places. However, it's the American Music Awards, and if all it is heavily based streamers and people who do makeup and this, that, and the third, it's like, but I tuned in for the musicians. Okay, well, it was very, 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 very influencer based red carpet. So I think that's where they went wrong. But there was a couple of people who hit the red carpet, and let's just start off with somebody iconic. Rod Steward, he hit the red carpet. First of all, Rod Steward is actually, first of all, Rod Steward is 80 years old. We're going to start there. He's 80 years old. He was coming to the Lifetime Achievement Award. He looked great. He's 80. Icon, a true bona fide icon. Rod Steward is. But I mean, we'll get later into his performance and everything like that, but we're going to stick to the carpet. It just wasn't a lot of musicians who hit the carpet. Like Heidi Klum, she hit the carpet. She looked cool. Again, not a musician. It's like, where are the musicians? I'm skipping all the other people because it's just, where are the musicians? There wasn't a lot of musicians who hit the carpet. No one wanted to hit the carpet. No one hit oh my God. It just wasn't no people who hit the carpet. Machine Gun Kelly hit the carpet. That's a musician. He looked cool. Tiffany Haddish hit the carpet. Again, where are the musicians? Tiffany Haddish is great. Like, to sprinkle in a Tiffany Haddish or something like that, great. That's dope. You know what I mean? Because that's a different type of thing, But again, where are the musicians? Like, John Baptiste, he was there. He looked good. Sexy Red, she gave what Sexy Red usually always gives. Sexy Red, that's what you expect from Sexy Red. A musician. Great, we got a musician. But honestly, all the rest, it's just like there wasn't really no musicians that hit the carpet. Shaboozey hit the carpet. He looked amazing. Shaboozey, in my opinion, got best dressed for Shaboozey. As far as the red carpet, it just, no one was on the red carpet. Kalani hit the red carpet. Okay, yes, a musician. Kalani, she looks great. Her body looks amazing. Benson Boone hit the red carpet. Renee Rapp, she hit the red carpet. She looked great. It just wasn't a lot of musicians. Sierra hit the red carpet. Here we go. Musician. She looks... One thing Sierra's going to do, she's going to always look great. Sierra's going to always look amazing. Kai Sin hit the red carpet. Kai Sin. I see why Kai Sin is there. I see why he'll do the carpet. I see why he'll sit in the audience. I get Kai Sin. It's just a lot of other people I just don't get. I'm not gonna name them, but Kai Cenat, I keep saying Sin. Kai Cenat, I get that. I get Kai Cenat now, but a lot of the rest, I'm just like, what is going on? It was just too influencer, streamer, makeup based, and this is a musical award show. Where are the musicians? Let's get past the carpet because let's just get past it. It was boring. The red carpet was boring. It wasn't. First of all, it wasn't a carpet. It just was boring. Okay, let's move inside. Okay, so the hostess with the mostest, Jennifer Lopez, was the host. Okay, say what you want. Jennifer Lopez is a great host, and I'm not being biased. I already know what y'all gonna say. I'm not being biased. Jennifer Lopez is a great host. She's gonna give you looks. She's gonna give you hair. She's gonna give you body. And she's a great host. She's an amazing actress. We know that. There's no debating that. And just because you're an amazing actress or an amazing singer or dancer doesn't make you an amazing host. She's actually a great host. She's funny. She knows how to engage with the audience. She knows if something goes wrong and how to keep it going. She knows how to read the teleprompter. That's very important. A lot of hosts do not know how to read the teleprompter. And so she is a great host. And not only was she the hostess with the mostest, but she also opened up the American Music Awards. Now, opening up any award show is very coveted, right? That's a coveted spot to open. That's the spot. That's the spot because you're setting the tone for the award show. And if you look at the history of the award shows, especially American Music Awards, the openers there were always major, like major openers, like Paula Abdul, The Way That You Love Me. It's one of the most referenced performances of all time. Ask any choreographer. It's been referenced so many times. I've referenced it. So many people have referenced this performance. Anyway, that's an amazing spot to have, but we don't get those type of openings where it's this big opening and then they announce everybody that's there and then they come back in a whole different outfit and finish. Like it's just I'm missing that. Although Jennifer Lopez did great, she did what she started off doing, and that's a dancer. There's a lot of people who hate on her now. For I don't know, I don't get the JLo hate. But one thing you're not going to deny is her being a performer. We're not going to deny that. So she gave you exactly what she started off doing as a dancer, being a dancer, showing you that at 55 I can still hit these moves, and for 6.5 to 7 minutes I'm doing nothing but pure dancing, hitting it hard to all of the hits of the year. And to go through so many hits in so little time, I think she did an amazing job. Shout out to Sienna. Shout out to Nappy Tab. Shout out to every single dancer that was on that stage. Wardrobe, hair, everything looked great. She looked great. Honestly, we gotta talk about the kids. Shout out to Haley. Shout out to Giuseppe. Shout out to Tara. I mean, it was kind of hot. They told a story. It was great. Again, you're not going to, like I said, it's a lot of JLo hate, but what you're never going to do is hate on her performance. You're not going to hate on her being a good performer. That's what we're not going to do. And she gave a little bit of vocals at the beginning, and she sounded amazing. So you can hate if you want, but there will be no JLo slander over here. Okay? She did amazing, not just as a opener, but also as a host. And here's the thing. I like that she's keep this up. Keep doing these openers. Keep doing these dance numbers, recapping the hits of the year that we're celebrating in music, because that's something that she did obviously previously a few years ago when she hosted and opened with the dance number. These things are great. I like this, and she should keep these things going. So shout out to everybody who made it happen. She was the host. She was great. Of course, she gave you everything, and we enjoyed it. So, other than Jennifer Lopez, let's get into the awards and we'll get into the other performances. Let's get straight to the performances. Let's do it. So obviously Jennifer Lopez performed. Also Renee Rapp, she performed. Shout out to the dancers, okay? And shout out to the girl with the short pink hair. Shout out to Taylor. Y'all was. Let me tell y'all something. You with the short pink hair, I'm not sure who you are. Excuse me for not knowing who you are, but I know who you are now. She was not playing. Okay? Renee Rapp performance was cute. Benson Boone, his performance. Benson Boone does his Benson Boone thing. He's one thing Benson Boone gonna do, he gonna flip. You can't count on Benson Boone for nothing, but you can count on him for a flip. You can count on him for a nice tight outfit. You know what I mean? Benson Boone did his Benson Boone thing and he flipped. And it was great. Let's keep it going. Gwen Stefani. Okay, here we go. Gwen Stefani, let me tell y'all something. Shout out to Luther Brown and all the teams. Gwen Stefani, tell me where the meetings are at. No, tell me where the meetings, either where the vampire meetings are, or you did that Death Becomes Her potion. Where's it at? Gwen Stefani, you look the same. You look like walking in these final webs and tell them keep your number, and I think you can call you back. A lively story. Oh, taking my number, now you back. And it's all your fault. I scream my phone calls. No matter. She looks the same. If you say she don't, you're fucking hating. Gwen Stefani looks the same. She looks the same, and that's hard. Okay? It's very hard. It's very hard. Okay? She looks the same. She did a medley. She started off with her new song, and then she swung it back and gave you two songs that we know and two songs that we love, and that's what it's about. Look, let me give you a sprinkle, a little bit of my new joint, but this is why you fell in love with me. This is my jams. This is my thing, and y'all did amazing. Again, shout out to Luther Brown. Shout out to all the dancers. We saw you up there. We saw you killing it. Gwen Stefani. Speaking of Gwen Stefani, Blake Shelton, her other half, he performed. His performance was pre-recorded. Not that that matters, but just let you know, it was a pre-recorded performance. And Blake Shelton is Blake Shelton. He did great. Let's move on. Becky G and Manuel, they performed. It was great. Becky G. She's had an awesome career. Becky G has had an awesome career, and she's acting, she's rapping, she's singing, she's dancing, she's doing her thing. Shout out to Becky G. She's an LA native. And speaking of Becky G, I saw a picture of Becky G, Jennifer Lopez, and the icon Gloria Estefan. They all took a picture together, and it's so beautiful to see three generations of Latin excellence, and just to see that, I thought was just so amazing. So shout out to the three Latin superstars, women who's just keeping this going, and just seeing how, just seeing it, and it's just so dope to see all three of them in the picture. So I just wanted to say shout out to them. Let's move on. Shout out to Alex Warren and Lainey Wilson for performing. It was cool. Again, where are the performances? Where are y'all know what I'm saying? Like, this is the American Music Awards. Let me just get through these performances. So yeah, so let's those were the performances, and then we got the icons who performed. Gloria Estefan, she performed. Gloria Estefan is a globe. I mean, I didn't even. I was raised on Gloria Estefan. My mom played Gloria Estefan. Like, you do not have to be. She transcends cultures and languages. Like, come on, Gloria Estefan is like, people say people are legends, and I feel like people use legend very, very loosely. They don't use it the way it should be used these days. And Gloria Estefan is a legend. She transcends so much. Come on, the rhythm is gonna get you. Conga, like, come on. Gloria Estefan is just, she's everything. Shout out, and listen, we gotta give our flowers, and in my instance, bubbles, to our legends, our living legends. She's literally a living legend. Okay? The crowd wasn't doing enough for me. I'm sorry. You saw how JLo became a 12-year-old girl, so giddy and happy, literally just because it's Gloria Estefan, and I get it. The crowd just wasn't getting it because the crowd was full of influencers. Come on, we're here now. Let's talk about it. The crowd was full of influencers. They don't even know who Gloria Estefan is. Is it their fault? No. You know why it's not their fault? Because they don't know music. They're not musicians. So they're not inspired from musicians who set the groundwork like a Gloria Estefan. They don't know who she is. So no, they don't appreciate it or know who she is. The reason why I know who she is because I'm in the music bit. I know music. I love music. I love old music. I love new music. I love all music, but I'm a music lover, and I'm in the music business. These influencers, they don't know music like that. That's why the crowd sucked. That's why it was everybody was like, what's going on with this crowd? That's Gloria Estefan. That's Rod Steward. Sir Rod Steward. Let's get to Sir Rod Steward. 80 years old. 80 years old. Forever young is right. I mean, listen. It's whether it's your jam, whether it's something that you played, no, but your mother played it, your grandmother played it, whether even if they didn't play it, know when you have somebody like a Rod Stewart or a Gloria Estefan on the stage perform. That's not something that you, even if you don't enjoy the music, take it in and appreciate it. Like, this ain't my jam. This is not what I'm into, but I recognize a legend when I'm in front of one. And I'm just taking it to know I experienced it. At the very least, it's just, you don't gotta be old to know, or I just, American Music Awards, I blame y'all because you filled your audience full of influencers who don't know music. But shout out to Rod Stewart for getting the Lifetime Achievement Award at 80 years old. He looks great. He's 80. And his vote, and listen, as all my singers out there, to preserve those vocal cords is not easy. And he preserved them at 80. He preserved them and he sounds great. Still at 80, he sounds great. Now, I'm saving Janet for the end for those. I'm saving Janet. I'll get to Janet. Let's get to these awards. So these awards, come on. SZA won 2 times. She won Best R&B Song and Best Artist. Shout out to SZA. She looked great. SZA was there. A musician. Woo! We got a musician there. Yay! SZA was actually there. I don't know how y'all got her there, but at least she was there. Listen. So all the other musicians who won, shout out to you guys, but all they did was phone in a friend. They recorded their messages, whether they were on tour, whether they was not there. Like, I understand like 1, maybe 2 people not being there, but usually everybody's there because the award show. I have a theory. I know I'm jumping around, but I gotta get it out while it's coming. Do you think the award show is the way it's declining and the way it is now is because artists don't really need award shows the way they needed them in the past? Could that be it? Have you ever had a Krispy Kreme? Was it crispy? That's what that just reminded me of when I just said that. But no, I'm being honest. So do you think that artists don't need award shows the way they needed them in the past? Because now you got social media and you're able to service your music out or performances or whatever the case may be. You think that's what it is? I don't know. That's just maybe a theory. However, I don't know what we need to do, but we have to make it a point that these artists are at these award shows, that they're performing, that they make it something to look forward to. That I don't know what needs to be done, but something needs to be done when you have to get these artists back in these award shows. And I know the American Music Awards is a fan voted show, but something in the milk not clean. Something in the milk is not clean, because what you're not going to tell me is that Taylor Swift was nominated as many times she was nominated this year, and she won nothing. Those Swifties, I don't know why I'm not believing it, but I just don't. I don't believe that Taylor Swift was nominated those many times, 6 nominations this year, and she won nothing. With her Swifties, I'm not believing that. Something in the milk's not clean. She's actually she's won the most American Music Awards of all time. Now, that's a lot being said. That says a lot. She's won 40. However, she won nothing this year. Is it because she didn't show up? I don't know, but something in the milk is not clean. Something in the milk is not clean. That's making me not think that even though these are voted on, that they're really not voted on. Two other artists who were snubbed this year and did not receive an award. Pafoooorm, she had 7 nominations and she didn't win. Shaboozey had 7 nominations. He showed up and he still did not win. I don't know. Something in the milk is not clean, y'all. Shaboozey didn't win, not 1. Nominated for 7. Pafoooorm was nominated for 7, did not win. I don't know. Something wrong with that. And speaking of snubs, Kendrick Lamar, in my opinion, was snubbed. How does he lead the whole nominations with 10 nominations and win 2? Sorry. He won 1. He didn't win 2. He won 1 award. He was nominated for 10. favorite hip hop song for Not Like Us. But let's get to the key award that he lost to Eminem. Someone's about to tell me, how did Eminem beat Kendrick Lamar for favorite male hip hop artist? Who else was in that category? I'm glad you asked. Future, Drake, Tyler the Creator, and Eminem. And Eminem won. So you're telling me he's the favorite male hip hop artist for this year? Eminem. If it went to Drake, I would have been like, okay. If it went to Kendrick Lamar, I would have been like, of course. Even if it went to Tyler the Creator, I would have been like, okay. But Eminem, something in the milk is not clean. Something in the milk is just not clean. I'm sorry, y'all. Something in the milk not clean. And speaking of which, not being clean and something in the milk not being clean, it was a lot of award categories that just wasn't even announced. What's up with that, AMAs? Did you guys not announce? Like, why weren't key categories? Favorite hip hop female artists. It just so many things that was not said. Like, just was not announced. A lot of awards were not given out, and you can't say it was for time for performances because there wasn't a lot of performances either. So what was it? Something, I don't know. Something's not right. Something in the milk is not clean. I'm sorry. I'm gonna just keep saying it because it just doesn't make no sense. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Shout out to Becky G for winning favorite female Latin artist. Shout out to who else can we shout out for winning these awards? You know, it just no one was even there to accept the award, so it don't even matter. You know, best new artist, she phoned it in. Like everybody's phoning it in. It just didn't make any sense. Y'all shouldn't have even had a show. In fact, maybe a 1 hour show and made it more. If it was me and people was not showing up, I knew they weren't showing up. I would have made it a 1 hour or a 1.5 hour special. I would have made it in an intimate setting. I would have still had performances, but I just would have figured, like, it just didn't make any sense. It just didn't make any sense. And coming back off for a 2-year hiatus, it just don't feel right. It doesn't feel right. But if y'all need some help, call me because I know what we can do to make this better. Now let's get to what we came for. Let's get to the Janet Jackson, the blueprint, the standard, the icon, Janet Demita Joe Jackson. Let me tell y'all something. First of all, thank you CBS for giving her an icon award. Thank you CBS for having her there. Thank you CBS for acknowledging the greatness that Janet Demita Joe Jackson is. You know, I still think you guys have a lot more to do to make right what you guys did wrong. That's a whole other video or a whole other time. Let's not even talk about it. Let's get to the congratulations of it all and the good stuff and the positivity. Janet, the standard Jackson, the blueprint Jackson won the Icon Award for the night, which is no brainer, well deserved. Not only that, she performed for the first time in 7 years on an award show. No brainer, well deserved. Janet is 59. She's 60. She's 59. She's already lived 59 years. She's living in her 60th year now. Think about it. She's 60 and she looks like that. Let's start the way she looks. She's 60 and she looks like that. Another one who looks the same. Janet, you look good. You look good. You look so good. Okay, now she won the Icon Award. She performed. Shout out to all the dancers, the makeup, the hair, choreographer. Shout out to Gil. Shout out to Dean. Shout out to all the dancers, Denzel, Dario, the newest dancer, DK, who just joined the kids. Shout out to Guido. Shout out to Maniac. Shout out to all the dancers. Shout out to Laurel, who is now her stylist and made her look fresh and great and clean and dope. And just shout out to everybody who worked on this performance because I know it was hard and I know it was great. And to you know, obviously it's Janet. What's she gonna perform? You know, is she gonna do something new? No, it doesn't make sense for her to do something new yet. Even, you know, it doesn't make sense for this. Like, it's the Icon Award. What's she gonna do? A medley? She's done a medley for the AMAs before. She's opened up for the AMAs. I think that was the last time she performed the AMAs actually, where she did a medley of all her hits. However, this time she did two songs. Someone to Call My Lover was genius. That's what I would have done. That's exactly what I would have done, because it has this resurgence. It has this new this new life. It has a new life from TikTok. You see how TikTok can just refresh and relaunch something to kids who don't know the music, but now they know the music now because of TikTok. Great song. It's never got its just due, but it's doing its just due now. A live performance on an award show. I don't think in fact, she's never performed that song on an award show ever. Obviously, she's done it on concert, but never in an award show. And she looked great, sounded great. Then she said, "Let me hit you with an offer you." Now, what I do want to say is this. This is what I'm talking about. Y'all, the audience was not hyping up. That audience was not hyping up. That AMAs audience, you need to figure it out. I need musicians in the next one. That audience y'all had was trash. Trash. How is Janet Jackson performing? She comes down and the two girls, Janet was in front of them, and they're like, "Come here. AMAs, come here, come closer." I need a new producer. I need a new audience coordinator. I need new. Hire Real Packer. In fact, Real Packer, are you available? Are you available? I need Jesse Collins. Jesse Collins, people, are you available? This is not it. How dare, this is just not it, y'all. And I'm not just saying this because I'm a fan. Y'all already know how I feel about Janet. But not even just Janet. Like I said, Rod Steward, Gloria Estefan. Like, what? What are y'all doing? The audience just was not hype enough for me. Let's go back to it. The audience was just not hype enough for me, y'all. I'm sorry. They just wasn't. They just wasn't. I'm sorry. It was Janet the Blueprint Jackson. And she's giving you all the things. She's performing in front of you at 60. She's hitting the steps. She's hitting the vocals. She's giving you hair. She's giving you transitions. She's giving you men with bop. She's giving you band. She's giving you all the things. It's very rare that Janet performs with a band on stage. How dare I? Must I say, was this the... Don't quote me, but I think this is one of the first times Janet actually had a band on stage at an award show. Let's be clear. On an award show, meaning like the VMAs, meaning like, the Grammys, meaning like a band, like an actual band on stage with her while she's performing. I could be wrong. Anyway, she's giving you all the things, all the elements, and the audience was giving you nothing. Dry, sleepy, streaming, selfie and texting. What we doing after this? Getting content, like just not care. We need musicians, and at the very least, fans. Get real fans. Okay, we got Janet, we got this person. Let's get their fans. Let's tap into their fan clubs and get their fans there. At the very least, do something. Do better, AMAs. Do something. We can't have another AMAs full of influence in the audience. We just can't. That's why y'all red carpet was trash. That's why it was trash. That's why nobody showed up. Why nobody show up at AMAs? Nobody was there. But Janet and Jennifer Lopez. SZA. Like, nobody was there. Could you imagine if Janet didn't perform? Or JLo didn't host and perform? Y'all would have had a show. Y'all literally would not have had a show. No disrespect to no disrespect. But where were the people? Janet accepted the award. She had an amazing speech. And let's be very clear. This is Janet's seventh Icon Award. She's gotten a lot. See, let me tell y'all about an icon. See, y'all need quick to call people legends and icon. Let me tell you about an icon. Janet has won 7 Icon Awards. MTV Icon Award in 2001. The Mobile Icon Award in 2004. The BET Ultimate Icon Award in 2015. The Billboard Icon Award in 2018, the BMI Icon Award in 2018, and now the AMA Icon Award in 2025. Janet Jackson is a bona fide living icon. There will not be a lot of. She laid down the blueprint and the groundwork, not just for Black pop stars, not just for Black female musicians, but for all of them. All of them. I'm telling you, y'all gonna have to do better and put more respect on Janet. Y'all have to. Y'all have to. And those who don't know, please pick up a book, ask your mama, turn on do something. Do something. Y'all gotta do something. I don't care. Y'all gotta do something. That's really all I got for the AMA. Like, if I'm thinking about, oh no, let me talk about this one little, okay? That's Janet. Shaboozey and that side eye. Ooh, let me tell y'all about the side eye. Now, let me tell Megan Morani. Are you okay, girl? Now, I'm going to give you some grace. I think you just read the teleprompter. Maybe y'all didn't rehearse. You just reading the teleprompter. Saying whatever the script says to say, and you said it. I get it, but that no. Next time, don't do that. Don't do that. And let's be clear. You know what she said about the Carter family. Basically inventing country music. Wrong, false. We know that's false. However, they are a cornerstone of the genre. They are legends of the genre. They are. We can't deny that. Those who are into country music, those who know about country music know their contribution and what they've done, but they didn't invent country music at all. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Especially when in 1923, Finland John Carson made history by making the first record, phonograph record, to Little Old Log Cabin in the Lane. We're not going to do that. And even before him, we had African string bands that introduced the fiddle to them all. So, no, that's wrong. That's why Shaboozey side-eye you, because it's just like, and whenever we do something, it's always not recognized. It's not always, you are covered up. So good job, Shaboozey, for saying everything and saying nothing, because that's how we are. As Black people, we are animated for a reason. We know how to talk without talking. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you don't know, look at that clip with Kiki and Yvette on Password. That Rose. And she got it with just that one thing and said type thing. We know how to conversate without saying a word. It's in us. So Shaboozey said everything without saying nothing for the people who don't understand. That was a moment. I thought that was awesome. No shade to Megan. She's only reading the teleprompter. That's by me giving her grace because I don't know, but I'm going to just assume that's what she was doing. But for all those other musicians out there, don't just say whatever they tell you to say. Approve it. Make sure this makes sense, because at the end of the day, general public is not going to think that, oh, this is a scripted, because you guys do know that award shows are scripted. It's produced, it's scripted, segment, like you do know that, but a lot of people don't. They just think, the artists come up there and they're saying stuff that they're saying, like they don't really think that far. And it's not for them to think that far. But I'm letting you know, it's scripted. She probably just said what was scripted, but it's still your job to be responsible for anything that comes out your mouth. So, that side eye was everything. Side eye heard around the world. That's going to be a meme for a minute. I mean, for the American Music Awards, honestly, that's all I got. I mean, it just wasn't much. It wasn't much. Again, it wasn't much. It was a D in my opinion. If it wasn't for Jennifer Lopez and Janet Jackson, it just wouldn't have done it. I just let's figure this thing out, y'all. Shout out to Janet, her whole team. I don't care. Shout out to Janet and her whole team. Thank you for extending your residency. She extended her residency in Vegas. In fact, it's making me think. First of all, move the award show back to LA. Move it back to LA. Move it back to November. Or let's move it at the top of the year in January. Do something. But we can't keep it at this year. We can't keep it in this format. We can't keep it in Vegas, and we can't keep it at this time. We can't. We can't. I need new producers. I need it to be well produced. The American Music Awards have too much history. It's too much. It's too much history for it to go down like this, y'all. Yes, let's move with the times and integrate influencers and stuff like that. But there's a way of doing that. There's a way to do that without. Let's just invite all the top influencers, sit them in the first couple of rows, and yeah, that's what we're gonna do. No, there's a way of doing it. Get you some millennials, some Z's in that mix to help y'all. Like, you need some help, hit my line, I help you. Like, get some people in there that know how to do stuff right. Who can really tell you, okay, this is what the people gonna want. This is the people what's gonna, like, just focus group. Do something. Do something. That's all I got. Shout out to Janet DeBita, Joe Jackson. I don't care. I'm gonna keep shouting around. Shout out to Jennifer Lopez for a great hosting, and just AMAs do better. It's my dream to actually host an award show. That's really my dream to actually host an award show. I think it would be fun. I think I'd be great at it, and yeah. So maybe you might turn on the TV and see an award show. You hear somebody say, "Ma'am," or "Sir," and you know I'm in the building. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. See y'all.